In today's video, the vehicle is a 2020 Skoda Superb. It's in for a minor paint correction and also an interior detail. Taking a look at the exterior, it is covered in a nice layer of dirt. Also, the wheels and the arches had a nice bit of dirt sitting in them, so they all needed to be cleaned out well. Also, on the exterior paint there was a lot of slight swirls and scratches, but the machine polish later on will take care of that. As we dive into the interior, we can see that there's lots of dirt on the carpets, on the mats and below the mats as well, so this will all need a good hoover. Also, there was lots of little pieces of dirt stuck in the little seams between the edges of the seat and the seat, so the hoover will need to be pressed in there too. As there was kids in the back, they had left a nice little mess behind of dirt and also a lot of sticky residue, which will have to be hit with the steamer later on to get rid of this. Getting started, before I do anything, I put my ozone machine into the vehicle and turn it on for about an hour. This kills any viruses and bacteria and also removes odour, which just keeps it safe during COVID. I then power hose the entire vehicle to remove the main part of the dirt, which reduces the risk of swirls later on. As I begin to clean the wheels and tyres, I first spray on an all-purpose cleaner onto the tyre and agitate. After this, I spray on the snow foam all over the wheel and I clean the inner part of the alloy, the face of the alloy and around the lug nuts as well. The next step is to spray on snow foam over the entire vehicle. The snow foam again just helps lift the dirt and reduces the risk of swirls later on during the contact wash. I then go around the entire vehicle to get into all the small crevices with my detail brush where I won't be able to get in with my wash mitt. Using the 2-bucket wash method, I begin the contact wash. I start at the top of the vehicle and work my way to the bottom. This again is just to reduce the chance of inducing swirls into the paintwork by starting at the top where it's the cleanest and working to the bottom where it's dirtiest. I also, during this time, I open the doors and I spray out all the doors and shuts with the power hose, as I find it's the easiest way to get them clean. Before the paint can be polished, it must first be decontaminated. To do this, I spray on my iron remover and allow it to react. Whenever it reacts with any iron particles, as you can see here, it just turns purple, and then you just power hose this all the way. The next step of decontamination is to clear the entire car. To do this, I spray on a little more snow foam to act as lubrication, and using a clay mitt I go over the entire vehicle. This just removes any further sap and tar and just makes the paint silky smooth for when I go to polish. Starting with the interior, as always, the first thing I do is remove all the personal items so I can get into every part of the vehicle to clean it. I then hoover out the entire vehicle, all the mats, under the mats, and as you can see in that first carpet there were some stains left behind which was just hardened muck which wouldn't come off with the hoover, so the best way to get that is to hit it with the steamer later on when I have it out. As some of the dirt just gets stuck in the fibres of the carpet, the easiest way I found to get it out is to just use a cone head drill brush or any drill brush, and it just pushes all the dirt back out and spreads it everywhere, but it's very easy to hoover it up then. Having the steamer out now, it's time to tackle these bits of dirt and other residues that are just stuck on in place. Just one quick blast of steam and a quick hoover and it easily gets rid of these pieces. As you can see here in the little plastic pieces covering the children's restraint system, they were just filled with lots of dirt that the kids must have accidentally spilled down there, and as you can see the steamer just makes light work of blasting it away. The final step for the interior is to coat all the interior plastics. For this I just used Meguiars interior detail. This has mild cleaning properties in it, but it gives a lovely matte finish and offers UV protection also. As this protection piece in the boot was so dirty, I just pulled it straight out of the vehicle and gave it a quick hoover. I then just sprayed on an all-purpose cleaner, hit it with the drill brush and wiped it off with a microfiber. I then just coated it again with the Meguiars interior detailer just to revive the plastic and give it that nice black look again. After finishing the interior, it was time to move back out to the exterior and start the machine polishing. For this I used my 5-inch DA polisher and make multiple passes in a small enough area. After this I wipe it off with a microfiber and just with a little inspection torch go back over my work and make sure that I've removed all the swirls. As you can see here, from just a single stage polish it has removed most of the swirls, and the difference between the left and the right is night and day. On the likes of the bumpers and the side skirts and the roof, or any area that's just tight and intricate, I use a little 2-inch polisher. This just allows me to give all these little tight and small areas a really good polish. As you can see in these little clips, on the left there is just a lot of swirling, a lot of hazing, but on the right where it's being polished there is just true clarity and depth to the paint. Before any protection or sealant can be applied to the paint, the whole vehicle must be wiped down with an isopropyl alcohol mix. This removes any oil residues and oils that would be left over from the polishing stage and just makes sure that the sealant will bond correctly to the paint. The last few touches to the vehicle are just to clean the interior and exterior glass and also to apply a nice tire dressing to the tyres, which will leave a nice matte finish when it's dried. The final step of the detail was to add a paint sealant for protection. To do this I was using Meguiars hybrid ceramic wax. I have found this product to be really good and durable, and it's also really simple to apply. As this first layer is a base layer, it takes a bit longer but it's still very easy to do. To apply this base layer, multiple sprays of the product are put onto each panel and rubbed in with a microfiber. After this, it's just a simple power hose away and this will activate the coating. The way it works is when you spray it on, it activates with the water and this bonds the coating to the paint. For maintenance washes, all that needs to be done is spray maybe 2 sprays per panel and power hose it off, and this will keep the coating refreshed. As you can see, the hydrophobic properties are really good, so it will make maintenance washes a breeze.